Hey guys, it's David. Welcome to another episode of Right Politics. So, today is the first day of the RNC, and it's a very, I would say, exciting day just because of the fact that Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt just 2 days ago, which really brings him in the corner of icons, not only just because of the iconic photo that was shown of him pumping his fist after the assassination attempt, but just because he is a true leader who, defying all odds, had still made it to the RNC. You have to remember, they were going to try to sentence him just 2 days before the national convention. His sentence date was actually set for the 14th, which is actually 1 day before the convention, but everyone on the radio and news says it was 2 days. But the whole thing is that he made it. He was not sentenced, and the Supreme Court ruled in his favor, saying that he has presidential immunity. So we have to look at it like that. If they really, really wanted to get him out of the race, they did it the old-fashioned way, and they tried to assassinate him, and he survived. So I made a video yesterday saying that he is being called in the black community on YouTube the 50 Cent of politics because he was attempted to be assassinated. He was shot at, and just like 50 Cent, who was not famous until after they shot him, Donald Trump is going to not only win the black community, but he's going to win this election, according to my opinion, because no one can deny he is a fighter. And he's going against someone who is unable to put together a sentence. Joe Biden, mixed up the name of Kamala Harris and said Vice President Trump, which was a huge shock probably to Trump because he probably didn't realize he was the vice president. Also, he called President Zelensky President Putin, which is a huge slap in the face comparing, we gave them billions of dollars so far to help fight Putin. I would say that everything is lining up to, if you hear the stars are aligning for a victory for Donald Trump. If he makes a speech today on the first day of the Republican National Convention and he has a white bandage on his ear from where he was attempted to be assassinated, that's going to be, hey, look, I'm still here. This is going to be a historic election. I do believe that if for some reason he is not sworn into office, there will be an edge of violence that we have never seen before in American history, because we have seen this man be drugged through the mud, drugged through the legal system falsely, and now attempted to be assassinated. And if for some reason Joe Biden pulls ahead with 81 million votes again, no one's going to believe it. I believe in our democracy, but I do not believe in the machines that count our votes because they're not paper ballots. I'm a huge believer in in-person voting. There's no reason that you should be voting absentee unless you are in military service or you are incapacitated in the hospital. And what I do not like or respect about my state of Tennessee is that early voting starts this week. I was just at the library and everyone's voting early. And you see these people voting early. What that means is they have made their decision before all of the mess ups. What if you made your decision to vote for Joe Biden before you saw his horrible debate performance where he can't even put together a sentence coherently? And then Donald Trump gets assassinated. You're like, oh crap, I really want to vote for Donald Trump now. He looks like the guy who's going to lead our country. But you can't because you locked in your vote early. That's exactly what the Democrats want you to do. They want for you to lock your vote in early for the Democratic candidate. And then no matter how awful he is, up to the run of the election, you cannot change your vote. So that is why voting early is a scam that the Democrats try to use to lock ignorant voters in early. Same thing. If 60% of African Americans vote early and then Donald Trump gets shot and they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's our guy. He's not only a felon, but he's getting shot by the system. Just like us, I want to change my vote to him. They can't because they voted early, because the Democrats only target neighborhoods of minorities to push out the early vote. It's insane, guys, and it has to be stopped. I'm so glad that there's legislation that is being put out there to say that in-person ballots with identification and proof of residency and citizenship is required. That is going to be something that will change the game. So there's a lot of speakers that are going to be coming to the RNC. Nikki Haley, who is a vicious opponent of Donald Trump, is going to be there. I'm really glad to see that all of the Republican Party is uniting around Donald Trump. Like I said in the last video, I really hope that Marco Rubio will be the VP pick, and I hope that it's announced today. He's really the person who's going to lead the Latino vote. So here's the thing. I know Cubans and Venezuelans are going to vote for Donald Trump if Marco Rubio is the VP, and the black community is going to vote for Donald Trump because he was shot at and he's a convicted felon by the system that they're all trying to fight against. And if he teeters if he teeters just 48,000 votes, the same percentage that Joe Biden won last election, he wins, and he wins in a landslide. So here's the thing. We got to get it done. I would say everyone, luckily I'm off during the RNC the first few days. It's going to be one of the proudest moments of the Republic to see a president who is attempted to be assassinated still show up and not delay his appearance. The assassin's dead. There's no more fears from that guy. If they're worried about a copycat, they need to continue to rain down on security. And also the reason why I personally believe, and if this gets me in trouble years down the road, then so be it. But the reason why this happened on Donald Trump is because of DEI. The director of the Secret Service is a woman who was, I think, guarding Kellogg's or some kind of fruit company. I don't know. It was picked because she was a woman. So the director of the Secret Service was picked because of her diversity. And there was an interview saying that she wanted for 30% of Secret Service agents to be women. And the thing is, good for women if they want to go into that line of work, but they do not have the stamina or the height to even protect the president. There's all these things going on that the women who were there, when they make the shield around the president to guard him, if the woman comes up to here, there's a clear bullet to the president's head again, because they're shorter and they have weaker arms, which is not a bad thing. They're great. I love women. But not when you have to be taller than the man you're protecting, because these Secret Service agents are like, the women couldn't even holster their gun after the shooting, and it was live on TV and I saw it. And they were too small to protect the president from a bullet, which is the number one job of the Secret Service, other than the counterfeiting currency thing. So when they made a human shield of 6 or 8 people around the president, and there were 2 women who didn't even go up to his chest, it's clear shot to the head for Donald Trump. That's why these Secret Service members, historically have always been taller than the president. So when they make that human shield in an assassination attempt, they're the ones who take the bullet, not the president. And that's why they guard him with their lives. And you put a woman into that position who has no business being there because she's not qualified. She's the one who's going to get hurt because they can't holster their guns. They're not tall enough. It doesn't make sense that you just want this diversity to make you feel butterflies inside when you are putting women in dangerous positions. I thought our position was always to protect women. Same thing with women locker rooms, like protect women, believe women, me too. Oh yeah, unless a man sexually assaults them in a bathroom, then it's okay because they identify as a woman. It's not okay. In the same way, DEI is destroying dangerous jobs. Like these are jobs where people constantly die and constantly put their lives on the line, and you're putting women in these dangerous positions to fill a quota. And it doesn't matter if they want to be a Secret Service agent, make sure they're qualified, but don't just line up 10 blondes because they want to be diverse. And I'm really surprised they didn't have women of color. They were all white. So what's that all about? If DEI is actually a true religion, they need to be having diverse women and make them like Corinne Jean-Pierre and say, oh yeah, first gay black Secret Service agent. But no, it puts people's lives at risk if you're not qualified. In the same way, if I was put into a lifeguard position and I was not qualified just because I was a DEI hire, it would make everything worse for the person who's drowning. Anyway, speaking of drowning, our country's drowning, and we need someone who's literally going to save it and save us from the course of World War III. I'm honestly thinking Putin and Xi Jinping of China, they're all waiting for the second term of Biden to make their strikes on America. America is going to be a nation that is in a world war with not one but two superpowers. You're going to get Russia and China simultaneously attacking the United States, Ukraine, and Japan. And it's going to be a world war. And they're waiting to strike until Joe Biden's reelected because they know he's weak and he can't even freaking put the names of world leaders together. But if Donald Trump's elected, I think that the full retreat from Ukraine and not touching Taiwan is going to happen because Donald Trump is a mighty leader and he will put these leaders in their place. Do you want to wake up feeling safe again? Do you want to wake up without feeling like someone's going to break into your car? My car's broken into twice since Joe Biden has been president. Because there are people roaming the streets like never before, and that's only because of his policies. We had a great economy under Trump, and that's what I want to see again. I'm personally voting for Donald Trump, if you cannot tell already. But this is going to be a huge, huge election. Please get out and vote. And they say I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Well, I am. Vote for Trump because he's going to be the leader that we need for this upcoming election. If you want to keep track of the RNC and some updates, be sure to like and follow. I'm going to try to post again tonight. It is very hard to make announcements of something that has not happened yet. So once the news cycle plays, I'll probably do another live stream. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.